my record button here real quick. So first off, say hi YouTube, say hi chat. So Polarius is a gentleman from Germany who we got to know through Twitter. I reached out to him on the Mechanyx Twitter because he was talking about having issues with like paying Twitch and having Twitch take 50% from creators, which I mean, Mechanyx was built for just that. And through our interactions and getting to know Polarius, he's a great guy, but he mentioned that he stumbled upon our YouTube channel and he noticed that I mentioned in one of our videos that we do weekly devlogs, and I haven't done a weekly devlog in forever. So I thought it would be a really awesome idea because I'm streaming today, and you know, just to get people more excited about the platform and all the new stuff that's coming out. And as we continue to grow, obviously I'm not going to have time to sit down with every single creator and introduce to you guys like what the new stuff is on Mechanyx. So this is a great opportunity, either if you watched the live stream or you were watching this video now after the fact on YouTube, for me, A is for Drew, the guy that coded Mechanyx, to show you all the new stuff that I've been working on. And then eventually, as we continue to grow, you'll hear from different voices in the Mechanyx dev community, whether we have like new engineers or new voices that will be working on different projects with the Mechanyx, and they'll take the time to introduce you to some of the new features. So really that's what this dev journal is all about, is just to welcome you guys back into the Mechanyx YouTube channel, the Mechanyx community, and really give you guys a glimpse into the stuff that I'm working on and get excited about the new features that are coming to Mechanyx and tell people about it. Because one thing that's big about Mechanyx for me is just transparency. I don't like to be so cloak and dagger. There's a lot of companies out there that do, but I'm a big fan of doing everything transparently, showing you guys what we're working on. So, because it just builds excitement, it builds hype. Yee, ready, set, action, indeed. So, that's what we're here to do today. So we are going to be doing our first in a while dev journal, and I'm going to be taking you through some of the new stuff on Mechanyx. So in case you guys didn't know, I split my week pretty much halfway between Mechanyx stuff and streaming. And when I say split, really I'm on call for Mechanyx 24/7. So if errors or weird stuff is happening, then I'm on call for that. And so I never really step away from working on Mechanyx. It's kind of my 24-hour thing. But now that things have stabilized a little bit better, the platform's in kind of a better, more stable state, I can kind of be a little bit more selective with my time and what I use it for. So the way that it works is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So the front half of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those are my Mechanyx days. And so I'll be working on code, you know, fixing bugs, working with clients, that sort of stuff. Wednesday is usually my meeting day because it's on the back half of the week and most of the stuff that I've worked on has been developed. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday I stream. Sunday is usually my day off. And then sometimes I take Monday off if I'm really, really lucky, but usually I'm back into writing code and that sort of stuff. So the way that this is going to work is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I'll write code. Thursday we'll do the dev journal. I'll tell you guys about what I'm working on. And then we'll release this video usually Thursday evening or Friday afternoon so you can see it right after and then see all the new stuff that we're working on. But wanted to give you guys a breakdown of my schedule, and basically this comes on the bookend of like all the coding that I've done for the week. So basically everything that I work on during that week I'm going to showcase in the dev journal, and we'll take a look at it. So without further ado, let's head over to Mechanyx real quick. Let me just get signed in and we will do our thing. So here we are over on Mechanyx, and I'm going to be doing my account here. I'm going to switch over to my full display capture here. And it looks like everything's a little bit good. Let me go ahead and turn off all of this stuff on the left here so that you guys can see as much of that as possible. I realize that I probably should have put in a new scene for this, but here we are. But yeah, now you guys can see along the right side here, but it may be a little bit cut off. The face cam might cut off a little bit, but if there's something behind here, I'll tell you what it is. And of course, you guys can follow along as I'm doing this live so that you guys can see all the new stuff for yourself on the platform. So with that in mind, this week was a lot of focus on the GG chatbot. So in case you didn't know, at Mechanyx we have kind of two-ish sections. There is on-platform and off-platform. So on platform basically describes all the stuff that's on Mechanyx GG, the website. So when you go to Mechanyx GG, everything that you touch is on platform. And then we have a number of services that work off platform to support platform operations. And one of these off platform things is the GG Chatbot. So in case you didn't know, you can be in chat whenever you do a command like exclamation profile or any of that stuff. The Mechanyx GG chatbot will come up and give you a link to my Mechanyx GG profile and do a lot of other cool stuff. Sorry, I've got a bit of a head cold. I've had a head cold for the past couple days, so if I'm coughing and hacking or taking a lot of drinks of water, that's why, because I don't want you guys to be sitting here watching me have to cough and hack. And as another cool thing that maybe not a lot of people know about, if you do exclamation commands, I believe I need to enable that, but there is a command that you can enable within the bot shop that will allow you to move over and see all the commands that the bot can do, and it makes like a nice web page as well. So I'll show you guys that in just a second. So commands, yeah, Nightbot obviously is doing its thing, and Nightbot is showing off, but I think the GG chatbot, I may not have the command enabled. Actually, I think it's by default. It's a default command. This is the other thing, is I'm writing so much code for Mechanyx GG, sometimes I forget about what's enabled and what's not. So, but yeah, let's take a look at the bot shop. So as I mentioned, the GG chatbot, it's an off-service platform, and it really supports, it helps bring the magic of Mechanyx into the most interactive part of your stream experience, and that is your live chat. And so with that in mind, we have the bot shop here. That is the on-platform interface for the bot. And basically you go into the bot shop, and this is where you can configure all the stuff for your bot. Now, mood indeed. In mood indeed. I don't know what you're saying mood to, but honestly, everything's a mood. Oh wait, you're saying mood to, like, I write so much stuff that sometimes I forget what I've written, and whether I've enabled stuff or not. Yeah, that's definitely a mood. That's a developer mood for sure. But getting back to it, the bot shop, basically you can come in here and do your configuration. Whenever you hear me say bot config, what I'm talking about is basically all this stuff right here. So you see this header called bot configuration. That includes enabling the chatbot, elevated users, base commands through fun commands, and then GG service alerts. So everything under this umbrella, that is your bot config. So when I say update your config or check in the config, that sort of thing, then that is showing up over here. So with that in mind, let's take a look at 3 commands that I have implemented in the past week or so. And bear in mind, everything on GG is in beta, so you know you'll have mixed use and stuff like that, but I want to show you guys, or not saying mixed use, but it should work. But if it doesn't work, just let me know. If you're on the Mechanyx GG Discord, there is a channel for bug reporting specifically, so you'll want to use that to report bugs and all that good stuff. But let me show you the 3 commands that we have implemented and what they do. So there are 3 main commands that I want to point your attention to: SDGIVE, SDGIVE random, and SDBUY. So SDBUY is up here, SDGIVE and SDGIVE random are down here. So what these 3 commands do is pretty self-explanatory in the command. So SDBUY allows you to put in a reward ID and basically buy an SD alert, sound, or sticker from the chat. I'll show you. This is what I saw at Pages today. Yep, exactly. So Paige has been very, very gracious to allow us to test on her chat. So I've been playing around in there throughout the week and trying to get working. So yeah, so SDBUY, we'll show you that. And there's actually a section under the Stardust Marketplace where it'll show you each of the reward IDs and actually give you the command that you need to run. So that way you can see how to do it in the chatbot. So we'll get into that in a second. SDGIVE and then person quantity. Basically the context is SDGIVE. For an example, SDGIVE, A is for Drew 1000. So you give it the command, the person that you want to give it to, and then the quantity, and it will give that amount of Stardust to that person without you having to go into your Stardust management page and entering the person's name and all that stuff. Now, there is a special caveat with this one. SDGIVE person, for the person, you want to put in that individual's Twitch username. I'll say that again. You want to give the command the Twitch username of the person that you're trying to give. It would make sense, or here's the breakdown of the reasoning why. So in order to keep everything secure, basically we wanted to make sure that you couldn't just like randomly give out. I'm trying to remember. It was a security thing. I'm trying to remember the rationale that I used when I was designing this. Oh, I think it's this. So it's twofold. One, it's a security thing just to make sure that you can't like just randomly give Stardust to random Mechanyx GG usernames. Like if you know somebody's Mechanyx GG username, you can't just randomly give them the amount. But secondly, it's also the case of it'll be confusing to the users and to the broadcaster if you're like, okay, I want to give you some Stardust, but what's your Mechanyx GG username? And the person has to type that into chat, and then there's like a back and forth. They may get missed, that sort of stuff. So the reason that I kept it as a Twitch username was basically so that the SDGIVE command gives the... So you enter the Twitch username, and then the bot will basically reach out to Mechanyx GG, check whichever account that Twitch username is associated with, and then grant the Stardust to that account. There's a caveat there. You've got to be very, very certain, and there is error reporting on this as well. So it'll tell you in the chatbot if this error comes up. But because you are giving it the Twitch username, the person has to be associated with the Mechanyx GG bot. And the way that you do that is through a service called BotLink. And that is under your account settings. So what'll happen is if the person doesn't have their Twitch name associated with Mechanyx GG, the bot's going to be like, I don't know who to give this Stardust to, so I'm going to put out an error. And we'll tell you, it's like, hey, you don't have your account. I think, yes, this is so great. It looks like SDGIVE is your 1,000 kudos. Yeah, and the cool thing is you don't have to get... Oh, 1,000 kudos, that's a joke. I get that. But I was going to say, you don't have to put the name of the Stardust after, you just put the amount. And it looks like you don't have the required privileges for that command, Flying Kaida. So there is a way to grant this command to some of your mods and what we call elevated users, which I'll get into in just a second. So yeah, but as an example, let me do SDGIVE Flying Kaida. If I could spell your name. It's a day where I'm not able to type. So it might show the error right here. Oh, team's going granted successfully. Yeah, Kaida, you already have your... I remember because I onboarded you. And so, yeah, you have BotLink set up. So you see that the bot is going to spit out that it granted the team's coin successfully. But if it didn't, it would say like, hey, Flying Kaida, you don't have your Twitch X username associated with Mechanyx GG. If that comes up, all you have to do is instruct your users or instruct your viewers to just go to their account settings under Mechanyx GG. There's a section here for BotLink. All they have to do, put in their Twitch username, hit update, and then the bot will link. And then you can run the command again, and everything will be kosher. So, just to reiterate, make sure that you are using the Twitch username when you're using SDGIVE. So enter the Twitch username of the user you want to give Stardust to. The Mechanyx GG bot will reach out to our database and check if there's an association to a Mechanyx GG account with that Twitch username. If there is not, we will output an error instructing the user how to associate their Twitch account with their Mechanyx GG account. If there is an association, then we'll grant the Stardust, and all they have to do is just come in under your stuff and then Stardust give request, and they can accept it. So that is the SDGIVE command. And I hope you guys... I went through that pretty quickly, but obviously if you guys have any questions, just put them in the chat and I can go over it again. So let's talk about SDGIVE random next. So SDGIVE random was actually another thought from Paige. So I basically showed her SDGIVE and she's like, okay, this is awesome. But can you also do this? Can you do a command where it gives a random Mechanyx GG follower some Stardust? I'm like, yes, I can. And so SDGIVE random quantity is what came out of that. So I have about 30 or so followers on Mechanyx GG. And if I do SDGIVE random and then 1000, what the bot is going to do is it's going to reach out to my follower list. It's going to see all of my followers. It's going to pick one randomly, and then it's going to give that amount to the user. Yo, Mechanyx update, you know it, Fubby. So Fubby, we are doing a weekly developer journal. So every week on Thursday, I'm going to give you guys an update into new stuff that's happening on Mechanyx GG. What the bot doing? The bot is about to give out some random Stardust. So see, Scotty on Fire has been selected. They're receiving 1,000 free Cheems coin. But thank you guys for checking in for the dev journal. So I'm going to do SDGIVE Fubby 10,000. So Fubby, you're going to get 10,000 Stardust. And then, oh yeah, so here's the error account. So it looks like Fubby does not have their Twitch account associated with Mechanyx GG. Fubby, head over to your stuff and then account settings to access the bot link menu, and enter your Twitch username. Yeah, so Fubby, just go in and go to your account settings. So under your stuff, account settings, new tab. Here under bot link, you just have to enter your Twitch account, and then I'll give you the amount again. Let me do it for Chili really quickly, because Chili might have his associated. But yeah, this is the only... Yeah, it looks like Chili doesn't have it either. I'll give some to Kaida as well, so yeah. Flying Kaida. Thank you guys all for being here as part of the first ever dev journal. So that's maybe something I should do. I should give out Stardust to people who come by for the dev journal. But yeah, anybody that stops by today. Okay, my account is associated though. Is it? SDGIVE TH Chili. I'm just making sure I spelled it correct. SDGIVE TH Chili. Interesting. Let me check admin tools real quick here. Give me a second here, Chili. I'll check for you. We got a little bit of time. But in case, I'll just give you the Stardust manually and I'll look into it. Stardust dashboard. I'll look into it for you, Chili. It's taking a little bit to load up, but send James coin. TH Chili. 1,000. The bot do it. It's sending. It's sending. It's sent. Okay, Chili, you should have the thing in your chat. So okay, I think it worked. All right, let me run it again for you, Fubby. So SDGIVE faux Fubby 10,000. There you go. Yeah, so Fubby, you just have to log into Mechanyx UG, accept your gift, and you'll be good to go. But yeah, so that's the SDGIVE command. We did SDGIVE random. So SDGIVE random, again, this just allows you to select a random follower from Mechanyx UG and give an amount to them. So I'll run it again. And you can see it was given to Commando Actual, and they're receiving 1,000 Cheems coins. So this is a great opportunity for people who, like, at the end of stream, if you want to run some Stardust giveaways, you can do that as well. Excellent. I love it, Kaida. And what's even cooler is I have it. Yay, Fubby. It sounds like it works. So yeah, we'll get into SDBUY here in a second. You guys can actually use all of your Cheems coin here in a second from the bot. But what's really cool is, well, I've heard that there are ways to integrate your Stream Deck and use, like, have your Stream Deck automatically issue commands. So theoretically, I'm having Paige work on it, but Paige is looking into how you can basically create a script on your Stream Deck where you can basically hit your Stream Deck and select the person, and it'll issue the command in chat from your Stream Deck, so you can just give away Stardust to whoever you want from your Stream Deck without having to do all the typing. So just turn all that on. Brilliant. That's exactly what this dev chat is for. So now, Kaida, that you have this turned on, go and tell all of your friends who are on Mechanyx UG to enable these commands too. So oh yeah, my Stream Deck does that for the PCG game. Yeah, so Kaida, if you want to look into it, if you find a way to do it or like a recipe for it, just let me know, and I can get that. I don't know if you'd be open to like recording a video or recording a tutorial, but I would love to give you credit for that. One type and button sends Pokecatch. Okay, I love that. So yeah, as I understand, it's as simple as just writing a command, and then you can... Yeah! Oh, yeah! Yeah! Let's actually take a look at SDBUY now, because that's a perfect segue. Thank you for the Macho Man, by the way. So you'll notice we have this SDBUY command, and SDBUY command works on basically what we call reward IDs. So a reward ID is a unique ID that's given to every single reward that you have in your Stardust Marketplace. And the thing is, you don't actually see the reward because it's kind of a back-end thing. We just kind of generate it for you. But now that the SDBUY command is enabled, you can come in, and we've updated, or I've updated the Stardust Marketplace to now show that whenever you're looking at a reward, you'll see this command down here, SDBUY 4. So if I do SDBUY and then the ID of 4, so 4 is the ID for the This Is Blind sticker, you can drop that in there and it'll slap the sticker from chat. So as you see, I didn't press the button or anything. I just did a command in chat and it's able to slap the sticker. And I think this is going to be SDBUY 1. There you go. So Kaida just slapped a Japanese man yelling sticker. So now a specific name may be tougher. Yeah, so that's a great question. The the only tricky part about bot parsing and writing like a parser for your bot commands is that delimiting by a quote is really, really difficult. Because you have to basically catch the two quotes, but then if there's like a quote in between, if there's like part of the name of the actual sticker that is in quotes, it's really hard to escape that and know like what's the name and what's not. You could delimit it with another string, but basically you would have to enforce the delimiter, so you would have to like figure out what character you want to use to like basically be on both ends of the name of the thing, and then you would have to write into the name script of, or like the form validation for the Stardust like reward, like entering a new Stardust reward, you would basically have to make it to where the name can't use that delimited character, and that can bring up a lot of issues. Whereas the ID system with the numbers, all the IDs are automatically generated in MySQL. So basically this ID is just the index for the table, for the rewards table that we have for you. So it's just taking the ID, or the auto incrementing ID from that table, and it's going to put it into the command. And so it's a lot easier. It's auto generated by MySQL, so I'm just basically using what MySQL gives us anyway. Plus it's way easier because there's just a number, so you just have to look for a number versus having to do all that delimiting and filtering for like characters and stuff like that. So talking a little bit of shop here, chat, I appreciate it, but yeah, that's the reason that we didn't do like SDBUY. This is fine because it gets really, really tricky really, really quickly trying to delimit and making sure that you catch the name and all that good stuff. And again, it's inconvenient, the number, I get that, like having to memorize a bunch of different numbers, but I get the feeling that in time, as people use this command, people are just going to memorize their favorite numbers. Like SDBUY 15 on Darkazard, I know that's the number button, or the nut button, because I've been like spamming it in his chat all day yesterday. So I know that SD15 or SDBUY 15 in Darkazard's chat is the nut command. So yeah. Whereas if you're over here, you can just do SD14 and then SDBUY 14, and that's the bonk one. So you can just sit here, and after a couple repetitions, you'll notice that you start to build that muscle memory and you remember which one's which. So through repetition, you're going to figure out which ones you really want to use. And then if you can't figure it out, you can always do exclamation Stardust, and it'll get a link to the... There you go. SDBUY 15, I love it. But as you can see, this is probably more interaction. These are more Stardust reward redemptions than I've had in probably the past week. Like in this past 10 minutes, you guys enabling these commands or doing it through chat is putting more Stardust redeems through the chat and through the stream than it has in the past week. So whereas recently, I know my chat will love this. Perfect. Exactly. And that's the reason for it, because previously there was a disconnect. People would have to go to like the Stardust marketplace and buy it, and that's like kind of a big rigmarole. But the idea here is that you can basically figure out which numbers you like the best, and then you can just use those throughout the chat and you memorize it. So let's get one more Yoda. Let's do an SDBUY. Somebody wanted to do SD5 15 in the chat. I'll give you back your Stardust, don't worry. But yeah, one of the main complaints I had was going to another page to use these. Absolutely. And so this is meant to alleviate all of that. So there it is. It's amazing. And what's funny is actually the response time on the bot is a lot quicker than through the Stardust Marketplace. So like if I click and I play this, it takes a couple seconds. Well, that time it was pretty instantaneous, but usually when you go through the bot it like instantaneously plays it. Whereas if you play it through the marketplace, there may be a 1 or 2 second delay. So it's actually more efficient as well. So, and then I'll just put up the alerts tab as well. So obviously Bubby already did SDBUY 8. So that's the Macho Man one. But imagine, like, I think about, like, Gamers Glitch Mark and stuff like that. People can do stuff, like, if they want to redeem their different rewards and stuff, you can come in and do this, and you'll have me do 15 push-ups just by entering a command in a chat. So that's pretty cool. You can also troll me and make me think that I have a raid, so you can do the Waffle House bit. So...
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Waffle House. Come on in. How's everybody doing? How's your mama and them? Grandma, everybody, welcome to the Waffle House.
I love that bit so much. All right, now my only worry is I'll have to worry more when Coral's trying to scare me. Well, maybe not worry more than that. I'll think about it. Yeah, so the paranoia sinks in when you realize that you have like basically your entire chat has these commands that they can just issue at any time, and you don't get warning, because usually most people, you'll notice that like if they do the Stardust command, you know that they're probably visiting that site and they're probably going to redeem something in the next 30 seconds. But if I just do SDBUY 16, you're going to see that in chat, and then chances are exactly. Wait, what was 15 again? Exactly. And then it's going to play and you're going to be like, oh shit. So there we go. I love it. So there we go. So that's the SDGIVE command. Now, one thing I should show you is there's actually stickers. So if you do exclamation stickers, the bot will actually put out a couple suggestions for you. And you'll notice it has the ID number here. So if I'm looking for the "this is fine" one, you can do that. And then it'll show you the ID as well. So if I want the "this is fine" sticker, I just run stickers. I can see that, and then I do SDGIVE or SDBUY, and then 4, and it'll send the sticker. So there we go. The same also works for alerts and sounds. So you can see some of the sounds and everything. It does take a little bit to parse out everything, but as you can see, each of the items is delimited by a pipe operator, so you can kind of see where the breakpoints are, and you can figure out which thing. I might change it from the pipe operator to something else, just so it's a little bit more eye-catching, maybe like an emoji or something like that. But yeah, so that is, I don't think I've ever talked to you guys about alerts and sounds, so those are 2 commands that are also available to you through the GG Chatbot. So all of those are live. All the new commands are live, which is really exciting, and I would love to hear love that you have to be live for the sticker ones too. Yeah, nice, absolutely. Yeah, all of the Mechanyx GG redemptions will be, they're stream aware basically, so like as long as Streamlabs is pulled up, then the browser source will activate and then the events will come through. But if it's like you're offline and a bunch of people like, ooh, that might be fun. I don't know if I want to tell you about this, but you could front load a bunch of events, or you could front load like a bunch of sounds and stickers and stuff like that. And then whenever you open up Streamlabs for the first time, it's going to be like all this stuff happening because the browser source is going to reactivate. So maybe the solid circle. The solid circle delimiter, or the solid circle like character, that could work. Because that's eye-catching. It's like it's like, ooh, a circle, and then it breaks it out. So visually that could work. So yeah, I'll take a look into that. So all of that I mentioned is live now. You can play around with it. There it is, the ASCII circle. I love it. That one. Yeah. I'll look into it. I can definitely see about changing it over for you, Kaida. That's a good call out. So thank you for the feedback. So all of that is live, and I'm excited, super duper excited to see what you guys do with all these new commands. So definitely tell all your friends who are using Mechanyx GG that these are live. Tell them to go into bot shop and activate them. And just an idea, I love it, kinda. And so now I want to show you guys some stuff that isn't live yet, but is coming in the next couple weeks. So it's probably one of the best kept secrets, or best kept open secrets, that here at Mechanyx we are working, or I'm working on. Actually, it's a cumulative effort because we have the content partners and a lot of different voices. Yeah, kinda with the sticker. Thank you so much. I love it. But we are working on a new service called For Hire within Mechanyx GG, which I'm sure you guys have maybe heard about in, grumblings and on the GG Discord and stuff like that. But I figure now is a great time to tell you guys a little bit about For Hire and what it does. So I'm just waiting for our debug server to boot up, and then I'm going to boot up XAMPP, which is the program that I use to host a local server, so that we can get to our debug server. So let's take a look at For Hire and some of the new stuff that's coming. Okay, we got an SQL state. It's still booting up the yes, For Hire. I'm so excited for you. Absolutely. And I hope you guys are going to be excited after what I show you here in a second. So, all right, the server is up. Let me go ahead and get signed in on our debug server. And I can show you guys a little bere about For Hire and what we're all about here with that. So, yeah, I saw it, but I didn't know what it was. Well, I'm here to tell you, Fubby. All right, so here we are on our debug server. And as you can see, it's a debug server because I have Darkazard's cover art as my background, and I only have one follower and one following. But let's talk a little bit about For Hire. So, For Hire, for the longest time, we have built Mechanyx GG as being a platform to help creators get paid more fairly for the hard work that they do. And we've had a great first step with that. We've been able to help people take donations and subscriptions more succinctly through To The Cause. We've also allowed people to run charity streams through services like Mechanyx GG Give Back. And so we started to think about it, or I started to think about it, and it's like, well, another service or another like section of people that support creators, the people that stream. There's a whole bunch of artists, a whole bunch of video editors, a whole bunch of programmers, a whole bunch of designers. All these people have need for like a platform that allows them to succinctly get paid and all that sort of stuff. So why don't we build something like that on Mechanyx GG? Is there an SDBUY sticker party? That's a great question. There is not presently, but I could implement that for you. It'd be pretty easy. So give me about a week. I can probably get that implemented for you, kinda. That's pretty straightforward. But yeah, I'll get you a sticker party command. I was wondering about that too, because that could be really chaotic, really fun. So yeah, so For Hire basically is that service. It is a service designed for artists, for programmers, for designers, for editors, that allows you to get paid. I live for the chaos, yeah. Allows them to get paid more succinctly and more safely and more easily through our platform on Mechanyx GG. So, with that in mind, I want to tell you guys about 3 parts of For Hire, because For Hire is really 3 things in one. Firstly, it is a marketing and portfolio service. It allows you to get your name out there and show off a portfolio so that people can stop by and actually hire you. It is an invoicing software, which allows you to bill and get paid on Mechanyx GG. And thirdly, it is a client management and relationship management tool. So it allows you to keep track of your clients and who you're working with and add notes and basically give you the tools to have a really great relationship with the people that you work with, otherwise known as your clients. So to reiterate, it is a marketing and portfolio tool, it is an invoicing tool, and it is a customer relationship and client relationship management tool. So with that in mind, For Hire, when it goes live, we'll have basically, actually I can show this to you on debug or on production, because this page is actually live. So if you go to mechanyxgg/For Hire, you can see some of the people that we're actually working with, and it's going to load up in just a second here. But all along the left side, you'll notice that there are different categories that you can click on. So if you're just looking for an emote artist, you can just click on emotes. If you're looking for a badge artist, you can click on just badges. And you'll notice that everybody here is categorized. So as you can see on my portfolio, I am For Hire in the categories of voice acting, narration, shoutcasting, and digital art. You have somebody like Tiny Painting Desk who does emotes, badges, and overlays, as well as digital art and physical and fine art. Or you can check out somebody like Polarius who does video editing and badges, or you have people like Boba Shinga who do just video editing and narration as well. And from this page, you can also see where their rates start at. So starting at $40, Dark starts at $50, Mr. Hollywood starts at $40. And so you can basically get a ballpark right there and there of like how much it would cost to hire this person and their lead time. So how quickly they can start working on your project as well. So with that in mind, let's take a look at somebody like Darkazard, who is a DMCA free music creator. So as you can see his portfolio, you have a portfolio with all of his YouTube links so you can hear some of his music. So here's a link to Dissection, which is actually in the album that we're listening to right now called Fandango. And then there's also Synthetic, which is like his vaporwave kind of album. So you can check both those out, and you can have up to 6 things in your portfolio. So you could potentially have up to 6 YouTube videos, up to 6 images, all sorts of good stuff here. Secondly, you have services and rates. So this will basically allow you to see all of the different services that Dark offers. So it starts at $50 for 10 custom audio alerts. Then it goes up to, I actually need to sort this by amount, so bear with me here, chat. We're noticing bugs live on the dev journal, so this is stuff that I need to fix. But you can basically build out kind of a menu or a list of services that you offer to your clients, and they can kind of, again, these are all ballpark estimates. So this is just you giving a ballpark. So like, hey, if I want to get 10 custom audio alerts from Dark, it's going to be about $50 to do that. Or if I want to collab with Dark, it's going to be $69, or if you want a custom intro or outro song, that's 200 big ones. So basically allowing you to show people 6 of your pieces of greatest work, how much it costs to hire you. And then eventually we're actually going to build out a review system so people can see like reviews and what people have been saying about you. and so they can get a better view of like who you've worked with and all that good stuff as well. So that is the kind of client, or sorry, not the client, the portfolio and marketing side of things. So people can come by, they can find you, they can literally see, they can literally see 6 pieces of your finest work as well as some pricing data, and then they can also get in contact with you. So if you want to get in contact with Dark, all you have to do is just drop them a message and send the message over, and you can do that. Secondly, let's take a look at invoicing. So you guys can probably tell that when you're a for-hire client or for-hire manager, a for-hire creative, so you're using for-hire to do all this cool stuff, invoicing is how you get paid. So we put a lot of effort, or I put a lot of effort, a lot of development into building out the Invoice Editor. And so For Hire has a full featured Invoice Editor that you can use to take payments right here on platform. So let's say I want to do a custom invoice for our good friend Flying Kaida. I'm going to put you on the spot here really quickly. I can create an invoice draft within a couple seconds, and as you can see, it generates an invoice number for me. You can see we're in the draft stage. It has the prepared by and prepared for. I need to change this. You can also assign a due date if you want, and then a link to the digital invoice, which we'll get into in just a second. And you'll notice that I have flat rate offerings built out, and so we just saw that Dark had like his different pricing and different tiers for the different services that he offers, like the 10 custom audio alerts. You can literally come in here and drop in your flat rate offerings and it'll populate. So here I have a test flat rate service that I'm offering, and it's $5. And as you can see, I added one of them, but I can also add, like, let's say I want to do 5 of them. I can add those as well, and it'll show up as a second line item. So very quickly, you can build out your invoice using both your flat rate and retainer offerings. And then there's also an option to add custom line items as well. So let's say I want to add a rush fee. This is so I can get you your stuff on the double, aka really quick. You ever have one of those days, chat, where you just can't type? Today is one of those days. So you can also create one-off line items as well. So is there Mechanyx merch? Not yet, Fubby, but it's in the works. We're gonna have some dad hats. I've been working on a dad hat design. I also need to figure out how to sell the merch, so I might have to do like an Etsy store or something like that. We've experimented with the idea of doing like a merch store in Mechanyx GG, but right now For Hire has a lot of my focus, but eventually we'll get there. But I would love to set you up with some merch eventually, Fubby, if you're interested. But hats, shirts, those are in the works. It's one of those things where I need to have money in order to like get all the stuff created. So it's a matter of like I'm putting my focus on building stuff on the platform so that we can continue to make a little bit more money, and then once we have a little bit of money in the coffers, we can start like making hats and stuff like that. Let's go. I want to put it on my Christmas list. Very nice. So yeah, sick. Alrighty, so there are all, that's kind of a rundown of building out your invoice. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of stuff over here. I'm not going to get too much into the invoice manager because I'll probably do a full-scale dev journal when For Hire actually launches, and we'll go into it. But I just want to show you that there is an invoice editor here. And also, I don't want to show you too much because this could change. This is all subject to change. We're still like finalizing a lot of things. And when I say we, guys, I mean me and the content partners and stuff like that. I make no qualms. We're not like a massive company with like a ton of employees. It's me just writing the code and my business partner sort of supporting and doing more of the strategy stuff. And then we have an amazing network of Mechanyx GG content partners and content creators that help us to shape the platform around actual feedback. So if you're interested in being a Mechanyx GG content creator, content partner, feel free to join the Mechanyx GG Discord. All you have to do is go to Mechanyx GG, click on the Discord link down here, and it'll take you to the link. So, yep. Now, you can see that I pushed my invoice into the publish stage. This is one thing I want to show you, and then we'll jump over. Now that it's in the publish stage, this link right here, this invoice link, goes live. And to give you guys an idea of like how easy it is to get paid on Mechanyx GG, all you have to do is come in here, and as you can see, we brand it with like your information, your profile photo, your banner photo. So this is all branded and looks like you are the one that made the invoice, because you are. So it's not like some sussy page with like no information. But as you can see, here is the the breakdown, you can see that it was prepared for Kaida by me. There's no due date, but you can set one if you want to. And then down here, you can very easily just type in A is for Drew for your info. And then there's a test card number that Stripe gives us to test stuff out. So I'm just going to do that. And then I'm not going to put in my email on this one because I don't want you guys to send me all sorts of crazy emails, but I will put it in over on another tab and pay it out that way. And then once it goes through, it'll come on over. And as you can see, you're all set. So it will actually literally allow you to get paid on Mechanyx GG. And just like everything else, we don't take anything from the top. It all comes through, and you know, the processing fee and everything is like all happens on the front end. We don't take anything from the top, and then it'll all hit your Stripe account and you'll be good to go. Sorry, I'm texting my dad. He's selling something on Facebook Marketplace, and he's currently out of town, so I have to like make the deal. So that's Pog. But yeah, so that's kind of the invoicing side of For Hire as well. And then thirdly, as I mentioned, there's also a client relationship aspect to this. So whenever somebody engages with you and they become a client for you on Mechanyx GG, you can come in and create notes and manage their portfolio or their profile from... Sorry, not manage their profile, but basically they'll have a client page within your For Hire dashboard, and you can come in here and you can add notes like updates, back-end notes, which are only visible to you. You can see stats, how long they've been a client, how much their total spend is, and then the total number of invoices and stuff like that as well. So all of this is coming very, very soon. For Hire is currently in final testing. I just have to implement a couple things, including a user chat system to allow you to talk with your creative before you actually work with them, and then the rating system. So I imagine For Hire will be going live here in the next couple weeks. So get excited, and as I mentioned, the Mechanyx GG Discord is the best place to learn more about that. So definitely check out the Mechanyx GG Discord. You just click on the Discord link below, but I think everybody that's in chat is currently a member of the GG Discord, which is awesome. So thank you guys so much. That's pretty much all that I had to show you guys for the developer journal. So chat, if you want to say bye YouTube, this is going to be going up on the Mechanyx GG YouTube channel tomorrow afternoon, Friday. And so thank you guys so much for coming out for the first ever development journal. And remember to subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff, so that you can get weekly updates about Mechanyx GG and all the cool stuff that we're working on. So until then, thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you, all the content partners, all the content creators, everybody that believes in us, everybody that believes in GG. Thank you all for what you do for Mechanyx GG. It means the world. Tell a friend, tell your dog, tell your friend's dog to come check out Mechanyx GG in the future of esports. Until then, I will see you next time. Adios.